game too, guys. I mean, what started as a cold night for a few guys turned into a cold night for just about everybody.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Cleveland, Love and Ezail are up front. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. And it's Williams at the point guard position.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
Philadelphia on D. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
Yeah, and a 4-game season series between these two. Both will be looking to set the tone tonight.
Yeah, and as they renew acquaintances, if you're the underdog, you always want to show, hey, we've got something new up our sleeves. It should be fun. How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
First quarter, just over a minute played. Now here's Iverson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Utah.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways. Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Shot's good by Williams.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
And Boozer throws it down.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach David Blatt. He said a big key for them will be containing Carlos Boozer offensively, adding, he's a player who can spread the floor with his jump shot or take you down the block, and it's tough to match his strength inside. Defensively, they'll look to keep length in front of him and limit his offensive rebounding. Sounds like a good game plan, guys. We'll see how they do it.
All right, Doris. Shot is off.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
Outside Williams. Kicks it to Smith. Wide open. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Iverson up top, covered by Smith. Iverson, no luck.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two.
And LeBron has been in the postseason every year since his rookie season. Last year he passed Jerry West on the all-time postseason scoring list. I'm sure he'll just continue to climb up the record book.
And for LeBron in the playoffs last season, he did more than just score. Clark, he did it all and really stepped his game up when Kevin Love went down, when Kyrie Irving was hobbled. He covered every base.
Yep, and that's what's so impressive about LeBron in the playoffs. Everybody expects him to lead and hit big shots, and he never lets them down. Very rarely does he come up short in big moments.
Now here's Williams. Jahlil Okafor unable to get his last shot to go. Love outside. Down low. So the whistle blows on the shot and two free throws for the contact right there.
And guys, last season was a painful one for Anderson Ezail. He had finally shaken the back injury that sidelined him the year before, signs the multi-year contract extension with the Cavs. Things were starting to look up. Then only 3 weeks later, he tears the Achilles and was ruled out for the season. You talk about a tough break.
And adding insult to injury, certainly, Greg, as you were talking about, Ezail played well at the start of last season. Shooting 56% from the field. Clark, I think he was over 70% from the line. Those were career highs.
Yeah, and a terrible blow for Ezail and the Cavs because of that injury, the Achilles tendon. But it led to the deal for Mozgov, and that's worked out quite nicely.
Free throw good. Iverson. Well, the city of Philadelphia has had some tough fans. There's no doubt. You know, we've seen him boo Santa Claus. You can imagine, Greg, how they felt about this Sixers team a year ago.
You know, the Sixers were going to be in trouble from the very start of the year. A lot of fans didn't even bother to show up to boo. I mean, Philly had the worst attendance in the league last season.
But they've got hope, Greg.
A lot of young talent. Maybe this is the year it starts to materialize.
And here is Iverson. Maurice Williams letting it go from 3 to the paint. Here's Noel. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Love.
Well, when you look at the 76ers, it's no surprise that they have empty seats. I mean, they ended up 12 and 29 at home, which wasn't the worst mark in the NBA, but it was tied for second worst.
And Philadelphia just at times hard to watch, even at home. I mean, they had the worst home field goal percentage in the entire league. Hard to get the crowd into it if you are clanking it on the rim every trip down.
Now here's Williams. 5 points in the game. Good. LeBron's got his first basket of the night. The 76ers trail by 5. Iverson kicks to Boozer. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
And guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic?
Love with the screen on Iverson. Williams dishes to LeBron. Picked by Verjao. Another miss by James.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Iverson against Williams. Iverson right side. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And Cleveland making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Now here's Williams. It's a pick by Love. Outside Williams. In the corner, it's James. Back to Williams. 6 to shoot. And here's Love for 3. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at it.
No doubt about it. You cannot let up defensively just because he missed that one.
Unloads. And that misses. That would have put him up.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Nobody near Williams. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Now the dish to Iverson. And it's Allen Iverson with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
So both teams changing it up here. So it's the Cavaliers now. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
They needed a few extra minutes to get the W in that game, but they got it just the same.
I like the way they handled themselves in that overtime period, Greg. They had a whole lot left in their game in that extra period.
And that one's good. Mozgov's got his first 2 points.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
The 76ers trail by 3. Thompson outside. The pass to Holmes. Down low. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are, Clark.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22 and 19 away from home.
The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
Here's Dellavedova. He had 13 points in the win against Miami. Thompson misses.
And back to the Cavs and their road play. Teams with a lot of new players coming in can struggle early. It's especially evident when playing on the road.
And that one's good. Here's Dellavedova. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. There's the pick. Outside Jefferson. Lets it go from deep. Thompson with the rebound.
You talk about being streaky on the road. That's what the Cavs were. I mean, could rattle off 4 wins on the road in a row, then come back empty from their next road trip. They did seem, though, to get stronger and more steady as the season went on.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Here's Dellavedova. Picked by Mozgov. There's the steal. Pushing it up. Mozgov with the steal. Now Cleveland moving it up. Here's Dellavedova. Lays it in off the breakaway. Dellavedova's got the game tied up here for the Cavs.
Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there.
Isaiah Cannon, he's checked in for the 76ers.
One more time, give it up for your dream team.
76ers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Thompson outside. Dishes it to Stauskas. There's Cannon with the 3. No good. And Cleveland the other way now.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
Offensive rebound, Thompson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. First trip to the line for him here.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop.
Was completely out of sync on his free throws, and I'm sure that led him to some extra work at the foul line. You know, guys, when you look at those numbers last year for him, I think it does affect how much you're willing to go after contact, because you're a little fearful of getting to the foul line unless you're in the and one situation. Too many trips to the line when you shoot it as poorly as he does actually can hurt you.
Grant, that's good. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Sampson's checked in. Cavaliers trailing. And 1:01 left to play here in the first. To the inside. Here's Mozgov. Well, we know that Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
That's good from Mozgov.
Mozgov, guys, was specifically sought after by his coach, Dave Blatt. Remember, Mozgov was a favorite of his from when Blatt coached the Russian national team.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Mozgov and Blatt with a close connection from their international play. Mozgov was a big part of taking home a bronze medal. Remember Clark back in 2012 with Blatt?
Yeah, exactly. In Russia, and now again with the Cavs, Mozgov is showing that Blatt has great confidence and trust in his ability, and that's wonderful for a player.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. James with it. 17 points for him last game against Miami. Just 3 on the clock, and it comes off the front of the rim. And so the first quarter is in the books. Cleveland ahead. They lead by 4. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.